The climate definitely has changed. The intensity of rainfall has changed. The intensity of heat has changed. Even the vegetation, the plants, they are confused. You see fruit trees flowering like 3 times for the year, which normally doesn't happen. It's only one time you flower, you fruit, and that's it. But nowadays, you look at the fruit trees, they're flowering 3 times per annum. They're getting confused, right? Pretty soon, we might not have any forest. It has happened in Honduras, Salvador, worst. Belize, we still have 65% of forest coverage, and we are lucky.
My name is Irma, and I have been here in Green Hills for 9 years. I'm doing all the counting of the caterpillars. I'm the one in charge of having the amount of caterpillars they need to export and to have in the butterfly house. We need to know how many eggs we can keep per day, per week, per month. And I'm the only one who is doing that counting. The staff in total, we are 7. We are 3 girls. We are doing the caterpillars and the butterflies, and the guys, they are doing the maintenance. Most of the people around here, they're farming. They use a lot of poison. They destroy the butterflies also. So by doing this work here, then we are keeping butterflies alive, and also Robin is buying places nearby also, so he can keep the environment to be boosting up with butterflies and plants and things like that.
My name is Robin Greaves. About a year ago, my family and I, we decided that we wanted to buy a significant piece of rainforest in Central America with a view to preserving it because we were alarmed at the rate at which it was being cleared. We were looking at pieces of rainforest that were for sale in Belize. This property was up for sale and it contained the butterfly farm. And having had an interest in butterflies since I was about 5 years old, it was really a marriage made in heaven. The natural world is disappearing at an alarming rate. And one of the things that we've managed to do here at Green Hills is to produce a model where we're gainfully employing local people in an eco business where they're productively employed exporting butterflies and entertaining tourists and educating children. We haven't had to cut down one tree.
We are mainly focusing on exporting of the pupas to the United States. One of our main goals is to show people around that by doing that, we do not need to destroy more forest. It's it's something that we can do with the nature as it is, or with the reforestation and the conservation of our forest.
They're opening their containers. That's what we do every day. Go through each container, open them, add a fresh leaf because caterpillars, they get water and food from the leaf. And by just opening also their containers and close it once a day, they'll get enough oxygen.
One of our objectives here with Green Hills is to bring in the local school children and educate them about the natural wonders of Belize. Belize has a very rich natural heritage, and unfortunately children go to school here and they're not always taught about what they have locally in the forest here. Belize has the coral reef in the ocean and it has the rainforest, and the combination of the two makes Belize a potential top eco destination for the world. We feel that in order to promote the conservation of the forest, it's important to start with the children.
So the same caterpillars, they produce silk to attach themselves on their back. They're going to hang upside down, and in that way, they're going to form their pupa. When they're hanging, in 2 days later, they're going to shed their skin for the last time, and then they stay in the pupa stage.
We're breeding the butterflies here in the rainforest in Belize. We're dispatching them off to the United States, where they're actually performing as little ambassadors of the wild right in the middle of big cities, where school children from urban areas that never get the experience to come out here, they're now actually seeing and touching these magnificent butterflies that have come from the rainforest.
We have had about 2 months, I think, without rain, and the plants are getting dry. And sometimes we cannot water them because we don't have that much pressure in the water. So we are losing some plants, and also in that way we are losing some butterflies. The Uranus owl, and that's a species of butterfly that with this weather, butterflies are not laying eggs, and if they lay a few eggs, then the eggs are not like fertilized. They're not hatching, they get like dry. And then we have no more caterpillars or butterflies to continue that species.
If we lose it, as soon as the rainy season settles down to normal, we will then have to go into the wild and collect them and start the new process all over again.
I remember when in June the rain starts. That's the rainy season from June to the following year. Now it has changed. Most of the rainfall now falls towards the end of the year, and then it's like one splash of rain and that is it. You won't see rain again until the next 2 weeks, and that is what is happening now. Yeah, it's deforestation, of course. It's sad. It's sad. To me, it's sad then.
I think that climate change is a result of the destruction of the rainforests. If we can keep the Amazon and the Congo jungle, the rainforests of Central America, the vast forests in eastern Russia, whatever goop that the human race throws into the atmosphere, the trees are doing their best to recycle it and clean it. And if we cut all the forests down, I think we're going to end up with a planet with a climate like Mars.
Soil erosion, contaminated water sources, you name it, it's going to be there. Right? It's going to be there. It will happen. And who is to blame? Because we didn't educate the children.
They are the future. The kids, they can get it in their mind from when they're small, and then when they're big, they're going to remember what you have taught them. They will be small the moment that they just come out. They are going to be really small. They have like their folded wings, and then after coming out, they start to grow. They start to unfold their wings. So in 3 hours later, they're going to have their full size and they're ready to fly.
We realized that if we can get the school children at an early age, bring them into Green Hills, show them the rainforest, show them all the natural wonders that we have here, the birds, the toucans, the hummingbirds, the butterflies, and explain to them about all the wild animals in the forest. Getting them at an early age enables us to get the conservation message in at grassroots so that those children will grow up having a better understanding of the natural environment in which they live and understanding the value of it.
They need to know that we are losing a lot of our wildlife, a lot of our flora and fauna. And I think it's not only us, but this needs to be known all over the world.
We have to teach kids coming up. You cannot change the old people, so you have to start from the bottom.
I think a lot of people don't realize the destruction that's been going on of the natural world. I've seen the destruction, I've been horrified by the destruction, and my main message is that if you live in a city in the United States or in Europe, that destruction, even if it's on the other side of the planet, affects you greatly. It'll affect your children and your grandchildren. I've learned myself the importance of preserving the natural world. It's the most valuable thing that we have as the human race. And anything that we can do to preserve the rainforests that have the richest diversity of life on the planet, anything that we can do is probably the most valuable contribution as humans that we can make, to humanity going forward, on this planet. We have to save it. We have to save the forests. That's it.
you.